The modern military experience has been the focal point of many a game. Insurgency Sandstorm is one game that takes this idea and makes it unique. The creators have layered some great sound design and gameplay on top of a solid FPS game to deliver a quality milsim. There are a lot of great modes to choose from and some pretty diverse maps as well. It may not have the intricacies of games like Arma or Hell Let Loose, but it allows a lot of realism to shine through for those really into milsim gaming while also not having a steep learning curve for those wanting to start diving into milsims.
Come on.
Fuck!
The fields of the Second World War are a common setting for milsim games, but no one does it quite like Hell Let Loose. The expansive maps, the realistic gunplay, and the artillery that seems to shake the earth around you all add up to quite the experience. It often feels like you've been dropped in the middle of a war zone. Plenty of games have tried the Second World War setting, but Hell Let Loose takes you and your squad of friends and puts you in the thick of it. While not squad-based like so many other similar games, Escape from Tarkov takes the realism and formula of milsim games and uses it to its advantage. Expecting to run and gun like in Call of Duty will have you dead in seconds and missing your favorite loot. Constantly balancing risk and reward when it comes to gear will have you sitting there poring over strategies and weapon stats like you're getting paid to do it. But death is assured, and sooner or later, you'll find yourself waiting in armorless with a double barrel, just hoping to get out with whatever you manage to scavenge. Squad is a milsim game that takes squad-based combat to another level. It isn't as technical as games like Arma, but it is still a solid milsim. Communications and squad-based tactics are where this game stands out. If you have a group of friends you like to play sims with, then this is a must-try as you go room to room, clearing out potential hostiles. This game doesn't necessarily excel in anything specific, but it allows for a fun time for those looking for another game to add to their rotation. One of the most recent World War II games to join the ranks of other games with the same setting, Enlisted was an Xbox console exclusive, but eventually released for all modern platforms. It is one of the more realistic World War II games out there. You can spawn in on one of the various historical maps and try to fight back against an enemy army. Playing as one of a series of different squad members is fun, but Enlisted doesn't have some of the realism or smoothness that so many other milsim games have going for them. There has been a recent uptick in World War I games in the past few years, with games like Battlefield 1 drawing more and more attention to the first global conflict. As a video game setting, there has also been a push for some historical realism in those games. Verdun is one such game that pushes for historical realism without sacrificing a fun experience. The maps, the guns, and even the dialogue all work in unison to make a game that takes you to Europe during the First World War in a way that no other game with that setting quite compares to.
Position an!
And they're coming!
He did.
Civil War games are a bit of a rarity. It can be hard to balance historical accuracy when fighting battles with muskets and making a game that people find genuinely enjoyable to play. However, War of Rights does it as no one has before. Standing in a firing line with the rest of your army and firing your musket in a puff of smoke is fine, but then you must begin the dreadfully long reloading process while the enemy does the same. It is deeply stressful but avoids being boring. The classic option, Arma games, have been around for some time now. Whether you find a heavily modded version where you are fighting in the Warhammer universe as clones against battle droids on Tatooine or just as regular army units on the base game, there is a server for you. The ability to make this game yours and a heavy push towards realism, especially with the right group of players, can make this such a unique experience. If you like things more on the tactical side, then Ground Branch is one to look into. A modern military sim, this game gets pretty heated. Enemies with realistic weaponry potentially wait around every corner, and there is no replenishing health. Bullets can take you down quickly. Fun game mechanics and pretty solid graphics round out this game as a solid option for anyone interested in milsim gaming. Whether it be the lush jungle or the napalm-burned fields, Rising Storm 2 Vietnam is a game that definitely stands out. You'll find yourself with an M16 or AK in hand. Stalking through the Vietnamese countryside can really be intense. This game feels more on the FPS side of things and doesn't have a lot of the milsim details that most veterans of the genre will find themselves accustomed to. It is a load of fun though, and a great option for those who aren't as adept in the genre as others.
We are taking Alpha.
You want to take this house?
Yes, sir.
Fire.
6 Days in Fallujah gives you a look into the battles that happened in Iraq during the recent war, and not just the standard recrafting of events. These are accounts given to you by those who were there narrating their own stories. You won't just be soldiers either. You'll be playing as civilians at times in order to fully grasp just how horrifying these battles and fights for survival were. Add to that a special system that ensures that every single time you play, meaning that the level layout will be different. Just like a soldier on the ground or a civilian trying to survive, you're going to have to adapt to survive.
I'm looking, Clint. I'm looking. One down.
Push it through.
Insurgent ran upstairs, Clint. Careful.
Alright, this side's clear.